Okay, so what we want to do here is really test the functionality of your WM capture. Ideally, we should be able to run through what I'm going to run through relatively smoothly. In my specific example, I purposefully set the frame rate and things like that too high for my system settings, so that we can see how WM capture handles that. In addition, we test the recording quality and a few other things. So let's get started. So I have my WM capture open, and I'm going to open Windows Notepad also. Okay, so what I need you to do once you have Notepad open is click the Get Window button and mouse over the cursor on the window. Make sure this works. Okay, this should be able to capture this white region. Now, when I click it, it's gonna, sometimes when I'm doing dual captures like I am right now, the Get Window function doesn't work. But, okay, so if it works in this situation, there should be no reason why this doesn't work for you. So that's the first test. Use the Get Window button to get this right here, okay? After that, come into the settings. Now, these settings right here, 6000 kbps, 29.97 frames per second, and MPEG-2 are ideal if you're recording any kind of video with motion, a lot of motion, okay? Now, if you're doing a screencast or you're trying to make the video size smaller, or you're recording something with relatively low motion, you can actually go as low as 15, which I don't know why it's not listed here, but you can manually enter it yourself. Okay. So in my case, I'm going to pick 29.97, but because I have 2 screen captures going on and a lot of other things too, you're going to see later WM Capture give me a warning message, but still continue the recording. Video bitrate, 6000 is good. You won't notice any quality issues with that. Any higher, there's no need to push it that high. Even DVDs don't have bit rates this high, so you should be okay. You can go as low as 3000 and still get a decent picture. Okay, so what I recommend for people to do, first of all, unless you're trying to burn a DVD, I always go with MPEG-2. Okay, you get these options when you click it: enhanced mode, basic mode, video preview. These are things, if you're having issues, with the not getting a good capture or jerkiness or things like that, you might want to use the basic mode. Your processor may not be fast enough to handle the enhanced mode. Same thing, video preview also takes processor resources. It's good to be familiar with those things. So unless you're doing a DVD, I really forget about MP4 and Windows Media. I like MP4 a lot for other things. But in this case, I mean, MPEG-2 is just great, and let me tell you why. It's because when you record with MPEG, you can record just 25% of your desktop, about as big as you see this Notepad window right here, and still get a great quality video that you can expand up to full screen, believe it or not. Okay, so you can try that out for yourself. For now, let's move on with the demo. So set your audio bitrate to 128. So your settings should look like what you see mine looking like here. Okay, then we're going to come down to the file name and just type test. And the nice thing about typing test is that WM Capture will automatically create test 1, test 2, test 3 for as many times as we need to actually make the recording. So at that point, and you want to show the cursor. Okay, all the settings like you see here. Then click close and click this show markers button to make sure that our window is indeed selected. Click home to make them disappear. And now click record. Okay, so what are you recording right now? Just a blank white window. Yes, you are. What you're going to do is select the window and type yourself a message. So this is a test recording. ... This message should read clear on the playback. ... Okay? Once you type that, you can just go ahead and stop it. and go ahead and play it back. Okay, one thing I recommend here is right-click where the video is playing and mouse over video. Make sure Fit Video Player to Player on Resize is unchecked and you have 100%, okay? The reason why is we want to test to make sure that WM Capture is recording what you set it to record in the proper aspect ratio and that what you see looks exactly like you typing it in Notepad, which is exactly what we see here. I'll play it again. So you see my cursor come over and I start typing. My God, doesn't that look great? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next test. Click Show Markers to show your marker and move this guy up so you grab the entire Notepad window, okay? Now the purpose of this is to make sure that you can accurately set up your video markers. I've had some people complain, oh, I can't set my video markers, and there's things that could cause that, but we want to be sure. So this is a nice, easy way to test everything. Okay, so once again, we're going to hit home, click record, and bring the cursor over and type another message. This is another WM Capture test recording. Man, what a great product. Thanks. Apply in. Okay. We'll go ahead and stop it. Now click play. Okay, once again, let's stretch this out so that we can see that this is a spitting image of my Notepad window. Okay, that's the idea. We can see clearly here, all right, it's a good recording, it's good quality, it's keeping the aspect, the markers are where I set them. If you've gotten to this point, I'm about 90% sure, and you can be about 90% sure, that WM Capture is functioning as it should. As a fun thing, I can't do it here because I'm not capturing my whole screen right now, but if you want to play this back and full screen it, you'll be amazed that the quality is perfect. Okay, so that just demonstrates what I told you about MPEG being able to be expandable. So when you're doing recording of videos and such, keep the window small and use MPEG 2 and you'll be golden. Okay. So now open up a browser window and let's go to this website, videos.howstuffworks.com. I like doing this one instead of YouTube because I'm pretty sure you've never been to this site and therefore there's no saved cookies or anything like that you need to worry about. Okay, so we'll pause this. Now, again, let's test the get window marker. Here, WM Capture will not get this window, okay? So if he doesn't get the window, but grabs instead the internet window, that's good news, okay? Whoops. Then we'll just move the markers over here. Looks pretty good. And I will click record. And I'll click play. And we'll just let this go for
welcome to the coolest stuff
maybe 20 seconds.
Today we're climbing stairs.
Awesome. I love climbing stairs. And where are we going to do that?
We're going to climb those stairs in Cambodia.
I don't know where they found this guy to do this voiceover. If by chance that's you and you happen to be watching this, I apologize. But man, it's awful. Okay, so we've stopped the recording. We got about 30 seconds. Now let's go ahead and hit play. Again, remember, let's stretch the media player so we can make sure that WM Capture captured exactly what we wanted in the proper resolution. Surprise, surprise, it did.
Welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet.
Like I said, I can't full screen, but I can do this. I can fit the player and I can jump to 200% to show you, how sweet this can look when you stretch it out. Okay, let me get the WM Capture window out of the way, out of the way, and let me stretch this guy.
Today we're climbing stairs.
Awesome. I love climbing stairs. And
So,
where are we going to do that?
Now, you see the jerkiness and you see the stuff.
Cambodia.
This is because if you would have gone back and looked at my WM capture window, oh, it's gone. That's too bad. If you would have gone back and looked at my WM capture window, you would have seen that it was giving me a warning message of frame rate too high. Okay. In that situation, you saw it still recorded what it needed to record. There were no crashes, there were no nothing like that. So it's important that you set your frame rate way up there to, 29.97 or 30, something like that. In my case, I have Windows 7 running with all the graphics, dual recordings, voice narration, so definitely way too much going on processor-wise to, get a good recording at that with those high of settings. Okay, let me show you one more thing here, just because I'm going to show this in every WM capture video because it's so important. Here, look what happens if I click Settings and Tools and Windows Best Performance. Okay. Let's get this over here. Here, you see, let Windows choose what's best for my computer. This is code for let Windows slow down my computer as much as is tolerable. Then you have adjust for best performance, which is code for slow down my computer as much as possible. Then you have adjust for best performance, and let's take a look what happens here. Wow, all these buttons uncheck. When I click OK, you see, let me bring up a menu. You see no more of those fancy schmancy Windows 7 effects. I actually love those effects. I think it looks cool and it's hip, but whenever I'm doing anything that requires processing, like 5 minutes from now when I'm gonna edit this video, I will for sure turn that off. In fact, I have a shortcut on my desktop to Windows performance settings, and I always toggle that to best performance whenever I need to do something processor intensive. And it's really nice that the developer of WM Capture included that right here in the tools, because you can set to best performance, set your settings, record your video, and then come right back here and set back to those pretty Windows 7 colors, Windows 7/Vista, and now look how nice this looks again. Anyway, that's a good thing to keep in mind and a good thing to know how to access and what it is. So, at this point, we've effectively tested pretty much everything. If you made it through all those things and are still having difficulties, then please let me know very specifically what they are, because the program should be functioning normally. If, again, now the purpose was to test the functionality. So if you are having issues, random crashes, weird occurrences, hopefully they came up during then, and I would like you to give me some very detailed information on exactly when, what step, and what went wrong, so we can try to figure out what we need to do to get you going. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for your support and patronage, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon, but hopefully not, since I'm sure you all love not writing technical support. So have a good one. Thanks. Bye.